Welcome back on the show. It is time to celebrate another state championship as we bring in Brett Delich, as he is the head coach of the Tonganoxie wrestling program, coming off that 4A state title. What have the last few days been like for you, Coach? First of all, congratulations, but what has the celebration been like for you the last few days?
Thanks for the congratulations. Man, it's been great. Just trying to hang out with the kids. We went out and had some dinner and stuff like that, and hung out. And, just designing all the state championship T-shirts and all the state championship rings. That's always a fun process, and just enjoying the moment. We knew these kids could do it, and they finally believed it, and so they achieved it.
You mentioned, you knew that they could do it, but then like to go out and fully, accomplish one of those goals that you set out at the beginning of the year and to reach that milestone, like what's that process like? And just that jubilation once you do achieve one of those goals that you set, months ago.
It's a combination of daily things, that's kind of one of the things that we talk about often at Tonganoxie Wrestling with the boys. We always want to win. We always want to win a state championship, but it's all about what you do every day. Every day, get a little bit better. Every competition that we go to, we like to put those kids in the fire and make it tough. And all of those tough matches, all those tough practices, all the details that we focus on, that's what actually makes it happen for them. And because of all the hard things they do, the boys end up believing at the end of the year that, hey, I can go win a state championship. This team can win a state championship. So it's just the day to day, every day, we're working on those things.
You mentioned some of the hard things. Like what were some of the adversity that you guys did face this year and just how you overcame?
Well, I mean, the month of January for our team is a grind. We go to the Dodge City tournament, where they wrestle 10 matches. Then we're down in Sand Springs, Oklahoma, with some of the best teams in the country, literally some of the best teams in the country, a couple teams that are ranked in the top 25 in the country. And then we go up to Ida Grove, Iowa. So that adversity of wrestling the high level competition, that really helps. The kids have to get a lot tougher. We dealt with a couple of injuries this year. Actually, there was two kids on our state championship team that we always knew they could be starters. One of them had been a starter in the past, but just hadn't fallen his way. And it was great because he stuck with it and worked hard. And when the opportunity came to him, he seized it and really got after it and scored us lots of team points at the state tournament. So that was really cool. So that was some of the adversity where maybe it wasn't the original starting 10. We just next guy up mentality.
You mentioned Dodge City and Oklahoma. Like you guys are wanting to travel a little bit there at Tonganoxie, huh?
Yeah, we travel. Yeah.
What's it like putting that schedule together? Like what goes through your mind when you're trying to put that schedule together?
Just challenge the kids. Go find competition. Go find somebody who's mean and tough, and they wrestle, and also like sometimes going out of state and getting away and wrestling people they don't know, that helps a lot when it comes down to the time when they've got to wrestle the kid in the state semis that everybody says, oh, this kid's great. They've already wrestled people like that, and maybe they didn't know who the person that they wrestled before, who they really were, and then they look them up after, or we tell them after, and they're like, oh wow, I can go with a kid like that. That's kind of part of the reasoning why we do that. And I mean, putting the schedule together, you just make some phone calls. It's, you can get into those tournaments.
Brett Delich joining us here at Tonganoxie Wrestling. Coach, for you, able to win that state title back in 2022 and now here in 2026, any similarities from those two squads, separated 4 years apart?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities. They worked hard. They did what I asked. They just a lot of them are younger brother. A lot of this 2026 team, there's some younger brothers on this team.
Nice.
From 2022, some cousins. I mean, there's a lot of similarities. They were just good kids. They believed in themselves. That's the biggest thing. they believed in themselves. When you get a team that'll say, "Hey, we can do this," good things will happen.
Building the depth of your program, you mentioned, that maybe not necessarily the first 10 guys that you had out there, at the end of the season, but like how important is just building depth and continuing in your program?
Oh, that's everything. You're going to graduate seniors every year, and you need to have guys ready to go, step into the lineup right away. So that, I mean, every member of the team's important, whether they're second string, first string, third string, first year wrestler. We have to, as a coaching staff, we have to really try to help to grow these wrestlers and teach them how to wrestle so that at any given moment they could be put into the starting lineup and they're ready to compete, and they believe that they're ready to compete. And that's my coaching staff. My staff is one of the best staffs in the country. They are in the state, in the country, I believe.
Yeah.
And they work with the kids. They show them, they teach them, they wrestle with them, and they really help to get these kids to believe that they can be the best wrestler in the state.
Bringing home that state title to Tonganoxie, like what's that feeling like, especially when you're bringing it back to a community and just letting the entire community able to enjoy it?
It's fun. In Tonganoxie, it's kind of like a movie in a way. The police meet us outside of town. They escort us into town. There's fireworks when we get close to the school. The kids are going nuts. It's awesome. You can't even really imagine it unless you really live it. I remember that first time. It was the first in 2022. It was the first state championship since 1991, and that was the first and only state championship in Tonganoxie history. It was in 1991, and that was in boys cross country. So when we won in 2022, it was kind of like the first ever state championship. So that was wild. And then people were calling as we were coming back into town. They were like, "Hey, get the boys ready. This is going to be really exciting. This is really cool up here." And then this year was more of the same. We met the police department outside of town. They escorted us downtown, down 4th Street. There were some local, just old timers and old time wrestlers down 4th Street. And then we got back to the school, and there was hundreds of people, and it was cool. The fireworks, like I said, they really make it a show, or make everybody feel welcome and happy to come back home to Tonganoxie with one of those state championships.
When you win something like this, does it make it easier to kind of turn the page and like maybe even hungrier to go get another one, or just to start the process over again?
I guess, yeah. It's you always have to think it's back to work. Get the next group of guys ready, keep improving daily, get them in the room as soon as we can, and push them to be the next best group. And that's kind of the mindset that I take. Every year we're trying to get them ready to win the state championship. I don't know. Let's just get ready to go.
Yeah, it worked out well this year. Hey, Coach, appreciate your time, and congratulations again.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you reaching out, and it's great talking to you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Brett Delich, head coach of the Tonganoxie wrestling team, coming off that state title. We'll have more of the show right after this.